Hi Alicia. I already know you're probably super tired and you're super excited, but I just wanted to talk to you for a minute. See, I know what today is for you. It is the first day that you're homeschooling for the very first time. And you're super excited and you've got the plan in your head of how everything's gonna go. You've got the perfect food plan, the perfect schedule for the little ones. And I don't want to be negative, but it's not gonna go according to plan. It's not gonna go the way you want it to. It's not gonna be the expectation that you want it to be. But I have good news for you. It's going to be even better than you ever could have imagined. And I'm not going to promise you that it's going to be completely perfect every single step of the way. You're going to have those days where she's going to sit down to do her kindergarten schoolwork and she's going to refuse to do her work and she's going to be stubborn just like you and she's going to want to do it her own way. And it's going to be so hard and she's going to try and try and try. But then one day it's just going to all click and she's going to read that first word. And she's going to learn and go and bloom and do amazing. How do I know all this? Because I am you. I am you 10 years later, fixing to start school with a 9th grader, a 7th grader, and a 5th grader. So my encouragement to you today is please don't quit. I already know the negative words you were told 2 weeks before the first day of school, that you didn't know what you were doing. She couldn't even count to 20 even though she really could. You had so many people try to tell you you weren't ready for this. And honestly, you probably aren't ready for this. But you can do this. I already know that you've sat down, you've prayed, you've begged God. Take a deep breath. Let go. Let God, and trust that you can do this. Don't hang on to all of those negative what ifs and every single time she refuses to read that word exactly the way it's supposed to be read. Because one day that frustrated little kindergartner is going to become a beautiful 9th grade girl who's sitting there planning out her transcript to be able to finish all of her high school courses, and she's already given her life to be a sign language interpreter for missionaries around the world. That little toddler who doesn't understand why her big sister can't stop and play with her like she used to do is going to grow up and be a beautiful, amazing 7th grader who loves nature and science and everything in the world around her. And that sweet little precious baby you're holding in your arms, who's so fussy and just wants to be cuddled, she's going to become an amazingly brilliant and bright 5th grade student who loves every single subject. And not only that, but you're going to watch your dream come true of taking your kids and teaching them from the world around them and taking them out and exploring and showing them everyday life and teaching them from experiences, not just from books on a piece of paper. And I wouldn't be here today if you hadn't kept going and kept praying through and kept pushing through and done all of the hard things when you had nobody else to support you. Just keep going. Because Matt really is there to help you. I know sometimes it's frustrating with all the puns in the world that he gives to you while you're trying to have a serious moment of talking to your 5th grader for the 10,000th time about why she asked to do that book report. And I know outside of your house with your family, it feels like nobody else is there for you. But I promise you, there's going to be a day when you find an amazing group of people who will surround you and love you and support you. And you probably don't even recognize the place where I am now. That's because you're going to move to an incredibly beautiful house where for a short time you're going to have a designated schoolroom. And you're going to have a space just to sit down and do work. And there will be heartaches along the way. You're going to have to say goodbye to some really precious people in your life. And you're going to go through some really incredible times. But you have to keep going. You're not always going to be surrounded by people who support you. but you can keep doing this because there are people who care. You do have support. Just keep going. You can do this. Put that smile on your face and go teach.